Hello everyone, happy Sunday, and welcome to what is almost certainly the final entry in Trails in the Sky the Third. Yes, we are at the end game. We've got our final boss rush to do. All four of our teams of four have their own boss to beat. Who knows how many forms each have, or if there's one final boss, I don't know, but we've got at least four bosses to get through, plus whatever ending cutscenes there are, and that will be that for Trails the Third. But, before we run on in, I dropped my coaster on the floor. Before we run on in, throughout the game, we opened treasure chests, and we read the messages within them. Well, some of the treasure chests had a story, and they were not in order. But now that we're at the end of the game and there's no more treasure chests, I think it's finally time to read the stories in the proper order. So we'll start with the longer one, Trails in the Chest. You remember reading the teaser in Trails in the Sky 2nd chapter for Trails in the Chest, but you didn't feel like reading it then. Yet suddenly, you have a craving for more trails, in the chest. This is the story of a chest so finely carved, words alone cannot hope to illustrate a worthy picture. Many have certainly made attempts, of course, but each usurped the crown as a greater failure than the last. At best, most choose to describe its features in simple terms. A dark, cherry-red wood framed with a steel that was painstakingly etched end-to-end with fleuret. It is yet to be spoken of in legend, for its mother was a modest carpenter who carved it with no other purpose than to hold a confession. It was never meant for a grand display, but for a quiet, sincere love. My dearest Genevieve, the letter began, the handwriting noticeably delicate and imperfect from what must have been nerves. I present two gifts. This chest, of which there is no other, and my love. Perhaps the second gift will be unwelcome. And should it come to that, I will still dearly wish to be your friend. The days we've spent in the shop are and always remain precious, no matter the answer. I ask you this. Do you love me? Now that I can dance, I have the only key that locks the chest. Should you return my love, I wish for us to meet once more in that shop, and together we will forever secure our love inside. I shall await your answer at midnight, from my heart to yours, Jubilee. The story truly begins neither with Genevieve nor with Jubilee, but with the shop in the letter. Located in Beauce, cramped between two of the most popular shops on the block, was a tiny building. There was a time when it had the polish of its products, and oh, if only that continued to be the case. One might quip that it had character now, but that was only the polite way of saying it was in shambles. Sounds like a circular saw outside. Someone's being crafty. Hello, Soulcaster. The face greeted customers with an aged brick that had long eroded to the point of holes. The cracked windows, taped for stability and adorned with cobwebs and insect droppings, were repugnant. Insect droppings, goodness. The flies in Liberal poop big. The place looked less like a shop and more like the newest secret playground for the local children. For the children! Long abandoned after the passing of its owner. But no, to clarify, it was very much in business. Despite first impressions, it was as much a shop as any other along the same street. A shop was still a shop even after it was no longer full to bursting with wealthy customers, or any customers, really. Before it fell into such a state, its owner was known far and wide, even before the Orbital Revolution. He was a carpenter of unparalleled skill, and he was frequently commissioned to bring life to all manner of things, buildings, furniture, instruments, wedding rings, No matter the job, he carved each and every piece handsomely, and each one showed more heart than the last. Soulcaster says, what am I reading from? These are all of the chest messages from the game that I'm reading them in the right order. As we progress through the game, there was a story told in chest messages, but they were all out of order. This is the proper order for the story. His passing brought great sorrow to all but one, his son, who was acutely aware that no one could surpass his father's talent. More than he despised carpentry, he despised the crushing weight of his father's name. Good riddance, the son coldly muttered as he turned the key to lock the shop. This would be the last time he would be forced to ever step inside. I'll bet I can fetch a pretty mirror for his tools at the market. The shop and its contents was now his to do with as he pleased, and as far as he was concerned, he would be a happier man if he never had to experience the nauseating smell of freshly cut wood ever again. His wife, however, disagreed. She was never one to keep quiet, a trait of hers he normally adored, and tonight she was no different than usual as she voiced her concerns over dinner. Clack, clack, clack! Their silverware played an awful musical number with every smack on their plates, each note ringing with a hint more irritation than the last. Hello, Brian. Brian says 2 stories told in chest messages, actually. Yes, there's a second story. Alexander says, hey, Andrew, is it almost last stream? Yep, we should be finishing the game today, but first, we're reading the stories that were in the various chest messages. Because we got to them out of order, so this is the proper order. And I say we keep it, she said, her stiff tone implying that any other plans he dared to present would be, to put it delicately, stupid. Think of all the history you're abandoning. 50 years! And for 33 of those years I hated that damned place, he snapped between chewing cuts of lamb. After swallowing, he added, who's going to run it? I sure ain't, and you're no carpenter. Sure, but selling it won't help you escape from your father's shadow. Ouch. There was that sharp tongue of hers. He really did adore it. My. Ellipsis, when his old man was the topic of the discussion. We're keeping it. No, we aren't. That place is mine, and I can do whatever I want with it, or my name isn't Elon Musk. And what I want to do is wash my hands of the thing for good. He swallowed another healthy chunk of lamb, and clack went his knife. You say to think about the history. What about the Mira? Think about that! I'll bet we could go live it up at the casinos in Crossbell City. Ooh, casinos in Crossbell City, you say? For weeks off of one brick! She sighed in a way that was half frustrated, half disappointed. Husband, I am disappointed. She never cared about money. Why would he try to win an argument with it? She could only say quietly in her mind, my husband is an idiot. With one particularly obnoxious clink, she set down her utensils and then glared at him with an uncomfortable firmness that would have a lesser man avert his eyes in shame. She bit her bottom lip before asking, have you asked Jubilee what she wants? The son scoffed upon hearing Jubilee's name. His wife always had a habit of biting her lip before playing her ace in the hole, and there was no finer ace against him than their daughter's opinion. No, he mentally panicked. No, no, no! There was nothing in this world that would have him budge. Not even sweet Jubilee! Not this time! Or so he believed. There was a pause in the noise after the question was raised, and seconds later they both heard the flat-footed thumping of their daughter's steps coming towards them. Did you call me, Mom? Jubilee had just turned 20 just last month. She was a clumsy girl with broad shoulders, a stunning height that dwarfed most women her age, and the widest, goofiest, most sincere smile seen on Bose's street. Streets plural. Her candor had won over everyone she met. Except Lou! Why does Lou hate Jubilee so much? And for some reason I was just picking a name. I didn't actually mean Lou, our Lou in the chat. I was thinking L-O-U, just some dude. Her candor, her candor had won over everyone she'd met. She may have been an unusual sort, but she had won over both peers and elders alike. She was a source of pride of her parents, and that would never ever change. That was quite unfortunate for the son. A single glance at her curious, simple smile, and he knew he would cave to whatever she said. Doubly unfortunate, since he also knew who she would side with. So, ellipsis, the son began cautiously. What would you say if I told you I was thinking of selling Grandpa's shop? That was how Jubilee, who adored her grandfather and took every chance to spend her days with him as a child, became the new owner of a little carpentry shop on Bose. Trails in the Chest, Part 1. End? Question mark? Lou says that circular saw outside is really adding to the ambiance of the story. Yeah. Alright. Next story, a little shorter. La la la. Hideko hummed, barely audible over the sound of a circular saw! Orbital vacuum. Suddenly, ding-dong went the doorbell. My, she exclaimed. Who could that be? I'll be right there, she yelled, switching off the vacuum and running to the door. Hello, my name is Sato, and I'm going door to door with a special offer. Oh my, Sato, is it really you? Sato was Hideko's senior in college, and belonged to the same club as her. Hey, Hideko, nice to see you again. Would you like me to show you what I've got today? Hideko had always been attracted to Sato, so her answer was unsurprising. Certainly, come on in. Hideko would listen to anything Sato had to say, but no one could know the horrible fate that awaited Hideko this day. Ellipsis. 50 years later, ellipsis. The dangling healthotron swung limply in Hideko's house, forgotten and neglected. It had been purchased 50 years before, purely on Sato's recommendation. Each time Hideko reflected on these events, feelings of remorse would wash over her. If only I'd had the courage to refuse that door-to-door bargain all those years ago, ellipsis. But that would never have happened. Hideko would never have denied Sato back then. See, she didn't have much money in those days, yet she paid cash for the machine. And this was in spite of a messy divorce with her spouse eating up what little she had. Her children were taken from her as a result, and her life took a turn for the worse. Now she lived in a tiny one-room ellipsis apartment, and kept to herself most days. Sigh. She wasn't sure why she sighed. Probably just life catching up with her. Then suddenly, ellipsis. Ding-dong! The cheap chime of her doorbell echoed through the empty apartment. Who's there? Hideko didn't even wait for an answer. She just flung open the door without a care, and there, standing before her was... ellipsis. Yeah, that's how that chest tale ends. So... Yep. So thank you, Brian, for organizing all the chest messages in order for me. Much obliged. Alright, part 2 was never to be, officially, yet to be continued in the official release of Azure at long last! Really? Wow, it took him a while. Alright. Okay. Let us head on in and see what's what. This door's huge, ellipsis! And there must be something significant on the other side, too. I think we've reached our destination. Yeah, I can sense Rufino on the other side. I can smell the chocolate. What should we do, Kevin? Let's open the door. I can't thank you two enough for sticking with me till the very end. Up till the very end, rather. If I could, I'd like to ask for a little more of your help instead. We're up against the Lord of Phantasma, the being capable of changing and reconstructing this entire world according to their whims. It's going to be nasty, and the only way we'll even stand a chance is if we fight with our everything, together. No sweat. Of course. Thanks. Alright, let's go! Right. And then we get tacos. I still like the way they're doing the reflections in the floor. It's a nice little touch. I mean, not just copying the character upside down, but putting a little wavy filter over it. Man, don't move, don't like crack. I do this all the time. I would impale myself on those asymmetrical shoulder spikes. Ellipsis, welcome! Would you like some chocolate? I'm impressed you were able to make it all this way to me. Rufina Ellipsis. Darn right we did! For the record, I saw all that happened down in Gehenna from here. I wasn't expecting you to have the will to resist Weissman's proposal. I'll be honest, if Reese hadn't been with me, he might have swayed me. So don't give me too much credit. I'm still the same cowardly loser I always was. Reese has been waiting for those tacos for months. Yep. Brand says no problem, it was on the wiki, but I wasn't going to ask Andrew to traverse that minefield of spoilers. Yeah, appreciate it. People don't change their ways that easily. I mean, look at my hair! Don't say that, Ellipsis. You look surprisingly relaxed for someone talking about how hopeless they are. If you have so little confidence in yourself, you might be in for some trouble. Remember, Kevin, if you can't defeat me, Phantasma isn't going anywhere. And neither are you. You do understand that, right? Yeah, I know. Worse still, it'll probably start affecting the real world soon, Ellipsis. Right now its effects are limited to Phantasma's own borders, but that might not stay that way forever. Right? What? Seriously? Unfortunately, I think he's right on track. Oh well, you noticed. Phantasma has been taking in people's desires for thousands of years now, and it's starting to hit the limits of its own capacity. In order to release some of the pressure that's been building up within, it's likely it will start to erode away the real world. Thought so. Ellipsis. Pardon me. It won't be something that happens overnight, Ellipsis, but slowly. Its influence will start to extend across the land, blurring the line between this world and yours. Until eventually, the real world will be filled with devils and ghosts like this one. No way, Ellipsis. I would ask that you not despair at the thought. The real world could be easily influenced by people's wishes and desires. If all the world's population genuinely wished for a better, more peaceful world, Ellipsis, maybe it would actually happen. All the world's population? Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Maybe we could do half? Perhaps being taken over by Phantasma may even be in the real world's best interests. Screw that! There's no way that's true! Is that so? No one who knows the first thing about life before the Oriole could believe it would be that simple. The people back in those days were able to make their desires reality using it, and all it did was lead people down a path toward ruin, and force them to lock it away in order to ensure humanity's future. Letting Phantasma take over the continent would no doubt be a repeat of the same thing. Ellipsis. I know you don't believe for a second that's how people should live, Rufina. Even after becoming a knight, you never relied on force to solve problems. Except when it came to feeding children chocolate. You were always thinking, always trying to find the best solution, repeatedly failing, but trying. When I was ready to give up on life and wallow in my own despair, you were the one who made me face reality. It was because you knew that life doesn't always go the way people want it to that you were strong enough to do that for me. You knew that the only way to make the world a better place was for people to be strong together and make it that way. Am I wrong? Ellipsis. Took me falling down to Gehenna with Reese for me to finally realize that, but I did. I realized all over again just how pitiful a man I used to be. I never stopped to think what your final thoughts must have been when you gave your life to save me, Ellipsis. I never stopped to think whether I could have done something for Mom instead of running away from her, Ellipsis. I just acted like a spoiled brat trying to find a way to be punished because I thought by doing that, maybe I could finally be forgiven. It's taken me a long time to see that, but here I am. Kevin. Ellipsis. You know what, though? I'm fine with how long it took. I'm a long ways off from being able to compare to you, but at least I know what direction I should be walking now. Maybe if I start walking today, one day, I'll actually be able to reach the place where you used to stand. So that's why, Ellipsis, I feel like I can finally start accepting myself for how I am. Kevin Ellipsis. You sound like a new man, Kevin. Ellipsis. It looks like my attempts to punish you ended up having quite an unintended result. Mind you, Kevin, I wouldn't put me on a pedestal if I were you. I wouldn't either. The world we stand in is one affected by the will of those within. If you're convinced that you are inferior to me, Ellipsis, how do you expect to defeat me? It's true, Ellipsis. Well, you're right. Or you would be if you weren't just a copy of her. What? She is? The game's up. I know exactly what you are now. You're this world's core, the reason it can operate autonomously, Ellipsis. But you're not Rufina. You're the copy of my stigma that was made here half a year ago. Ellipsis! Well, they all float down here. How, Ellipsis? How did you work that out? There it is. Kevin's stigma. Maybe I can match up to Rufina. Maybe I can't match up to Rufina, but I'm not fighting her. I'm fighting you. I'm not gonna lose to my own stigma, and I'm gonna set her free from you. So get ready for one hell of a beatdown. Ellipsis. Go ahead and try, Kevin Graham. By devouring you, my original, I will be able to become fully complete. But first, we have to go through the other battles. As we speak, my minions are extending a warm welcome to your friends, Ellipsis. Should a single group of them fail, the future will be closed forever, Ellipsis. Thy very being shall be devoured by this land, drawn upon as sustenance! My name is Anima, Ellipsis. I am this world's center, its core, its very essence. I guess we've got no choice but to fight. Estelle's probably sitting there thinking, so, do we just hit that with my stick? I mean, does blunt force trauma work? If those are the rules of this game, we'll be happy to play by them. So I can finally take that first true step towards accepting myself, Ellipsis. And so all of us can be reunited again, so we return safely to our world, Ellipsis. Even Gilbert! We are going to defeat you. Okay, open with a nice crotch shot of the Eisen, sure. Oh, ow! 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 Oh, ow! Everyone gets to go first. All the bad guys go first. Okay. Eat Kronos' arrow? got Gorgon arrows. That's not great. Okay. Let's see. Jared sent me an idea for the Patreon video. Okay. Alright, cool. I'll check that out later, of course. There we go. So she's been the mastermind behind everything since the start. Twick clarifies, no, she was something born in Phantasma by Captain Stigma. So. Alright. Let's see. Can impede. Not terribly surprising. Oh, Monogin. I'm fine if you want to just cancel arts instead of, like, petrifying people. That is okay by me. That, not so much. Okay, blinded, that's what that is.
My love, I give to you.
Oh, that didn't cure blind. Whoops. Quinn Ho Premier says, "Go for it." Thank you. You're in the way, golden boy. Ooh, smack to the back of the head. I hope we got a Vorpal sword out of that. Oh, I mean, if you guys want to spend your your turns just walking closer, that's fine. Don't mind that at all. The floor is purple, the same as the grid, so it's difficult for me to determine where I was moving to. Anyway. That deserved at least a Vorpal Sword 3, says Brian. Yeah. Oh dear. Fooey. I could try that again. spread us out. That's unfortunate. That's... oh, Ren's fine. Oh, I just sniped my own critical. Oh well. Yes, says Alexander, the AA canceller. A nasty move that cancels mid-budget games. That's good, I like that. Nope, I'm gonna go way over there. The reward for defeating Phantasma is a lifetime supply of Vorpal swords, enough to open the biggest Vorpal shop! And the only Vorpal shop, yeah. See, I'll squash you like a bug move. Call allies? Oh, okay. doing you any good. Doesn't look like we got a Vorpal sword for that one, unfortunately. You have to use all the items before the end or you'll get a bad end. There you go. Oh, I got backhanded. That Rod Angel backhanded me. Alright. Alright, Josette, get him!
Over here,
Gotta use all the Vorpal swords. Just throw Vorpal swords at him. I agree, Jared. I didn't mention it, but this is a really nice theme to go out on. Punch the dragon! It's like you punched me right in the ankle, you ass! R Tycoon? Couldn't quite reach. Right in the ankle. I smite you. Dare you resist my smite? Give him the bird, Chloe.
Take him down.
Yeah, I figured it would resist, but what the hell. Sieg needs his moment to shine. I may as well do a Thunder God kick. I never make mistakes, Jared. I always make interesting choices. Alexander says, man, if Forpal Sword isn't the main character in later entries, this Kaseki series is garbage. Okay.
Take that!
Yoink.
Come and get me.
Yeah, too far away. That's right. You've just fallen into Joset's trap! Jared says, well, you make a lot of interesting choices. And Lou's chat's not working again. For crying out loud, YouTube. Let's see. Well, there's nothing in a moderation bin, so... Alexander says, really, Angel? It's the end of the third game, and after dozens of hours, at the time of an ultimate challenge, you use Soul Blur? Literally, the first Orbital Art? Yeah, for anyone, I think even, even Zen happens to have this. Oh, hey. Soul Blur! No, Josette's turned against us. Let's see. Plenty Monster Hunter practice punching dragons in the ankle. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Oop, gonna butt stomp us. Oh. Oh, okay, just... a little change in scenery there. Shoot out of range. Jared just started Monster Hunter Generations U for the first time. Alright. It's an older one. In this game, instead of, unlike Monster Hunter, you get Vorpal Swords instead of Rathalos Scale Plus, yeah. Maybe the YouTube mod speculates Lou is a dragon that hates being punched in the ankle. Oh, and Jared's enjoying Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate more because playing it on the Switch instead of the 3DS. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, let's see. Bite me. Good job, Julia. Thank you, Josette. Whoops, wrong one. Ah, well, whatever. All your allies are gone now, buddy. What you gonna do? Yeah, I really don't want to play Monster Hunter on the handheld. I don't blame you there, Jared. Ankle! Ankle punch! Why is there a healer standing right under the dragon? That's a really bad place, Chloe. It's not good positioning at all. Alright, Josette, it's all you. Bring us home. And that, friends, is why, you know, Josette's just the best character. Oh, well, yay, thanks. Don't mind if I do. See, good on you, Falcom. That was, that was, very nice. Very accommodating. Very QOL. It's his doc for me all day, yeah. Monster Hunter, for me anyway. Yeah, that's definitely a on the couch, on the big screen, sit down with a controller kind of game. Don't want to be playing that on the little cramped screen. One reason is Monster Hunter is a game that, if you play it, you're probably going to be playing it for a few hours. So, you want to be comfortable. Space Butterfly!
Come on!
Alright. 150,000! The ultimate will, born from a copy of Kevin's Stigma, manipulates the laws of the world. Do you, by any chance, are you susceptible to attack delay? I would assume not. No. Okay. Didn't think so. That's fine. We're all guarding yourselves. Oh shit, the pillars are things. The pillars are things. Go away, pillars. Oh, one for each element. I get it. Okay. Alright. What's going on with the pillars here? Heaven pillar, Phantom. Oh, we've got a lot. Space element. If any pillars remain, it uses a deadly attack, and they are all weak to one thing. Okay. If any pillars remain, it uses a deadly attack. Okay. I don't think Supreme Hurricane actually has the reach, right? No. Let's see. So let's see if we can get your guard off here. And we will... Oh, he's still got guard on. Huh. How about that?
O heavenly servants of the goddess. Come down and purify this blackened earth. Thy will shall be as light, and if thou art truly supreme guardians, grant me strength.
Do I think this is the final form? No, probably. Even with 150 HP. And letting us save right before, this is probably going to be a bit of a marathon. The frame rate can't handle the power! Oh wait, I think the pillars are actually causing the barrier, so okay, it's a different thing. Alright. Okay. Sept Crisis? That's it. Commenting on the track being hype. Agreed. Tiberius says, I'm basically the biggest sucker in the world for a final boss theme which uses the main motif of the game as prog rock anthem, and this one delivers! Lou says, are we running from pillar to post? Nice. Let's see. Can't reach. But we'll run over here for moral support. Likewise. Alright, barriers down, get him! Alright. Chip away at him now. What the biscuits are those? Grand Grimoires. Modified Trampolite rides foes from existence and explodes on death. Well, that's lovely.
Go! Infinity Sparrow!
Okay, they're both asleep, so that's good. Don't worry, little Grand Grimoires, sleep it off. From a distance. Momo says, "Is that you, Andrew? I haven't seen your videos in years. Good to see you're still making content on YouTube." Yeah. I hear that on occasion. Demonic no... What? I'm sorry, what? Might really... I wish those would stay on a little bit longer so I could read. Fire? What did you just change to? Oh, you ain't weak to anything. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. You fiends! Uh-oh. Well, I mean, we're all guarded, so it doesn't really matter. There we go. Oops, nope. That was a critical move right there, buddy. Well done.
Go! Infinity Sparrow!
Yep. Not quite enough. Don't make me bust out my Vorpal swords. I have plenty. Oh, good lord. Where are you going? Orbital butt stomp. Okay, we've all got guard up. I mean, that was cool, but we all had guard, so sorry, buddy. But that did just destroy most of where we were standing. So, all right, let me think. Yeah. fiends.
We're good to go! Go! Infinity Sparrow!
What's the boss's HP? It's about a third now. Let's see. It started at 150. So only 31,000 to go. Yep, too close. See, what you call cheese, Jared, I call strategy and smart play. Sorry, Joshua. You'll have to tank whatever's coming. I was frozen today. Oh, I can't get to him? Why not? Oh, because there's a little grimoire in the way. Okay. That's why. Makes sense.
Ha!
Oh, I just can't get to him at all. Joshua's out on his own. Okay. Let's see.
I'll save you.
Every little bit helps.
I'll save you.
Guys, come on!
Poor Joshua, standing over there stuck. Guys, help! I'm stuck! Help me! Yep.
I'll save you.
Take that, Stigma. Isn't that the boss of Mega Man X? No, that's Sig. I know my video games. Yeah, I don't know yet. This isn't even my final form. Oh, ellipsis. It's color changed, ellipsis. Oh, Joshua and Estelle died. How did we get here? This is where we fought the Schwarzritter, Ellipsis. This is a place I made with his input for saying farewell. I'm glad it ended up proving to be useful. Oh, Ellipsis. Rufina Ellipsis. Back in your old knight getup, huh? You're finally free of the stigma's influence, then? I owe that to you two and your friends. You deserve a lot of praise for overcoming so much on your way here. You knew what you were up against. You could have given up at any time, Ellipsis, but you never did. I'm so proud of you. Rufina Ellipsis. You really are just like I remember. So, Ellipsis, is the stigma completely gone? I'm afraid not, Ellipsis. It still exists inside of me. Your victory earlier has allowed me to suppress it in there for the time being, Ellipsis. But I won't be able to do so indefinitely. It'll recover its power before long if it isn't completely destroyed. But that means... Oh, Ellipsis. But how do we Ellipsis? I'm afraid someone is going to have to destroy it. I want that someone to be you, Kevin. Feed it hot arrow like I force-fed you chocolate. Hey, Ellipsis! You can't mean you'll have him kill you. That's right. By killing me, the copy of your stigma will be destroyed as well. That's the only way to get rid of it for good and bring all of this to an end. Doing so should restore Celeste's power. After that, I believe she should be able to return all of you safely to the real world. But Ellipsis... Let me just make sure, Ellipsis. There's no other option, is there? None. This is truly the only way. Last time you had to do this, you were barely aware of what you were doing. This time, you won't have such a luxury. Ellipsis. How could you ask that of him? How could you make him do that again, knowing how much he suffered the first time? And if he does that, you'll Ellipsis. I'm sorry, Reese. But this is the reality, and I need to be the one to tell him. I'll say it once more, Kevin. Kill me. Go back to the real world with your friends. And Gilbert. As your sister, as a fellow knight, and as a mother, Ellipsis, this is the last thing I'll ever ask you to do. Generally, people don't ask favors when they're dead, but then again, here you are, so... Ellipsis. Ellipsis. It's amazing how someone can be so kind and yet so cruel at the same time. But that's how you've always been, I guess. Ellipsis. Eat hot arrow! No, Kevin! Sorry, Reese, Ellipsis. I'm gonna have to take your sister from you not once, but twice, Ellipsis. If that's what you've got to do, Ellipsis, then I'm doing it with you! What, Ellipsis? So do we just, like pull the trigger at the same time? We're probably gonna have to remove the trigger guard in order to get both our big fat fingers in there, but, you know. What? Ellipsis? Reese? I don't want to be left behind by you two anymore. I don't want to just stand aside and watch anymore. I've had enough of just waiting for my tacos. So if this is something that has to be done, Ellipsis, then I'm going to do it with you. I'm going to carry your sin with you this time. Thanks, Reese. It's hard to believe you're the same little glutton from 5 years ago. You've grown so much while I've been away. You ended up studying under Eisen too, right? The dog from Cowboy Bebop? Who's Eisen? Shoot. I have to think on that. I apparently have plenty to thank her for. Oh, she was the other... Okay, yeah. Rufina, please, Ellipsis. As Jared says, 0 times, start that download. Rufina, please, ellipsis. Well, if you're sure that's what you want to do, I have no objection. I'll leave the decision to you, Kevin. How can you be okay with this? I should be the one shouldering the burden. Me, and me alone! Why should Reese? You're a grown man, Kevin. Start acting like one, damn it. Is probably what Ein would say in this situation if she were she with us. She's not, though, so I want you to go with your heart. Ah, ellipsis. Haha, ellipsis. Haha, ellipsis. You've always had a way with shaking a guy up. I'll say. Ellipsis. Come here, Reese. Let's kill your sister together. You can hold my bowgun with me. Okay. Bespoke animations. Nice job. Oh, ellipsis. I never considered that. I don't know how else you do it. Apparently I was even further from my goal than I thought I was, ellipsis. Sorry, ellipsis? What do you mean? Listen, Kevin, ellipsis. You said earlier that you wanted to try and follow my footsteps, right? Yeah, ellipsis. It's not going to be easy, but it's what I want to do. Except for the being killed by my partner, night person, twice. Maybe not that part so much, but... Well, if that's genuinely what you've set your mind on, I can't stop you. Being kind of a ghost and all, ellipsis. But I can't say that I recommend it. The path I walked was one fraught with pain, doubts, and worries, ellipsis. I knew in my heart that there was no way it was possible to make a world where everyone could be happy. Yeah, because if everyone is happy, some awful people are just really unhappy about that. Nevertheless, I dedicated my life to trying to get as close as I could to that impossible goal, even if it wasn't easy. Bring it on, I say. I feel the same way. I want to follow in your footsteps, too. There's a lot of orphans out there that need chocolate. Ah, ellipsis. I've never seen two people look more sure of themselves. And if that's what you want, ellipsis... If that's what you if that's really what you want, don't content yourselves with trying to go as far as I did. Go further than me. Try and reach the places beyond my grasp. Realize the future I never could. Because I get the feeling the two of you may actually be able to do it. You do, ellipsis? Ellipsis, damn. That's a doozy of a task you're throwing on us at the last minute. But hey, I won't say no. Making it sound so hard just makes me want to pull it off all the more. I promise I will. Just don't try to walk too fast and end up getting tired before the finish line. Anyway, I think we've kept your friends waiting long enough. Kevin, Reese, ellipsis, I think it's about time you pulled that trigger. Yeah, ellipsis. Right, ellipsis. Ellipsis. It's okay, Reese. I'm right here with you. Let's just take this slowly, ellipsis. That's right. Easy does it, ellipsis. Tee-hee, ellipsis. May Ideos always watch over you both. Take care of her for me, Kevin. I will. Always. Thanks for everything, ellipsis. Really, ellipsis. Rufina, I ellipsis. And you take good care of Kevin, Reese. Stay close, okay? Bilk him for all the tacos you can. Rufina, ellipsis. We will, forever, so, ellipsis. Bye, ellipsis. Rufina, ellipsis. No, you got me in the eyeball! Ah! Actually looked like it hit her kind of throat level. How was your day? I shot the ghost of my sister with a crossbow. Ah, ellipsis. Sniffle, ellipsis. Sob, ellipsis. It's okay, Reese, ellipsis. I'm sure we can do it, Ellipsis. I'm sure we can realize her dream and reach the place she was always trying to get to, Ellipsis. And I'm guessing that when we do, we'll find her there waiting for us. Ellipsis. So this isn't the end, Ellipsis. We'll see her again, Ellipsis. We will, Ellipsis. Sob. Yay, we killed her sister! Tacos! Kevin? Reese? Please, Ellipsis, wake up! Ellipsis? Ellipsis? Tacos? Huh? Ellipsis? Where are we, Ellipsis? Is Gilbert there? I don't see him. Thank Ideos, Ellipsis. You scared us half to death when you passed out the second the battle ended. Which I think is the second time for Kevin. We fainted? But, Ellipsis, I imagine she summoned your spirits to an area of her creation, leaving your bodies behind. Celeste? Yeah. But what happened to Gilbert? There you are, Ellipsis. Celeste! Ellipsis! I felt the return of all my power a short while ago. Did something happen, Kevin? Oh, Ellipsis. Actually, Ellipsis. Kevin explained to her that they had said farewell to Rufina and that the stigma that once ruled the land of Phantasma had completely disappeared. I see, Ellipsis. She must have been an incredibly strong person, Ellipsis. I may have never had the chance to meet her, Ellipsis, but she sounds like someone I would have liked to talk to. That being said, there's no longer any time to waste. Huh? Soulcaster says, congrats on beating the game, I think? Why not? Now that Phantasma has once again lost its master, it will revert to being unstable once more. This castle will be no exception. I imagine it will disappear before long, unable to retain its current form any longer. The same will likely be true of all the plains, even. Only the garden will remain. You're kidding! Are you really so surprised, Estelle? We know about how this world works. This was always a likely possibility. It sure wasn't one I was thinking about, Ellipsis. Besides, if you knew all this already, why is this the first time we're hearing about it? We should hurry to the Arcee and make our escape at once. There's no need. I can open the gates of heaven from here. You can, Ellipsis? As in the ones in the Testaments? I believe so. To my recollection, they are the counterpart to the gates of Gehenna, connecting the world in which you reside to heaven above. A replica was prepared for us in the area we stand. I can only assume the one who created them was the woman who you bade farewell to, the one who was assimilated into the Lord of Phantasma. Ha ha! Ellipsis! She did, Ellipsis? Ellipsis, I see. Then if we pass through there, we can return to our world? Precisely. Though perhaps seeing is believing, allow me to open the gates. Wow, Ellipsis. If we walk through here, we can go home, Ellipsis. I imagine you'll appear somewhere near wherever it was you were when you were first drawn in here. Those who were on airships will likely reappear somewhere inside them. Well, hopefully they won't just, like, pop up into the air and plummet to the ground. Because the airship's probably no longer in the exact same spot. Okay, ellipsis. I guess this is it. Are we forgetting anybody? Nah. Indeed, ellipsis. What? Already? We've been in here so long together, my brain's having trouble processing that it's actually about to end ellipsis. I was hoping we would have time for one final feast before we went our separate ways, ellipsis. Sneak peek of heaven, spoiler alert. Yeah. But I suppose there are few partings in this world that would allow us the good fortune. Ellipsis, you're probably right. Ellipsis. Well then, ellipsis. Allow us to be the first to take the plunge. Screw you guys, I'm going home! Why, ellipsis? Make sure it's safe. At this rate, we're going to be here forever, because no one wants to be the first to say bye and leave everyone behind. What Zin said. So, as the eldest members of the group, we thought we should be the ones to take the initiative, so to speak. Oh, ellipsis. Thanks! You guys are alright, you know? Ha! Think nothing of it. This is nothing compared to the kindness you've shown by welcoming me into your number despite my past transgressions, we'll call them. Because of you, I was able to achieve something truly important. You have my deepest thanks. You're very welcome. Just know that you have ours too. I don't know what we would have done without you. We may have to part for now, but I imagine your work will bring us together again in the future. Can't wait to see you again. I'm honored you would say so, Your Highness. Should you ever require my services, please don't hesitate to call on me. As for me, ellipsis, well, it was great getting to see you all again. Didn't ever picture us having a reunion like this, but I'm sure glad it happened. Ellipsis, you got that right.
I still wouldn't have turned down a few more rounds of duking it out with you.
Same here. Next time I get some free time, I'll have to pop over to Liberal and rough you up a bit. Or, you know, you're all welcome to swing by Calvard if you want. Kilika and I would welcome you with open arms. You bet. Count on it. Really? Then I'll start making preparations for my visit as soon as I leave here. You're not doing anything until you finish the mountain of homework that's waiting for you. I'm sure me and Reese will eventually make our way there once work comes knocking on our door. I hope that day comes soon. Same here. Brian says, just a little insurrection, no biggie. They didn't even arrest you for it in the U.S. Well, I mean, not the people who planned it. You know, some of the actual foot soldiers are facing some consequences, but you know, that's the benefit of being rich and powerful and predominantly looking like me. Well, I think that's about everything. Let's get going, Colonel. Honestly, ellipsis, now even you've started calling me that. Although I suppose being referred to in that way by all of you may not be so bad. Peace out, y'all! Ellipsis, perhaps we should be the next to leave then. You? Or, I mean, you could all just walk up the steps. But we've got to drag this out because Gilbert's on his way. I feel as though the longer I stay, the less I'll want to leave at all. It would be best for me to get this done and over with. So, this is farewell for now. Ellipsis. Yeah, for now. I was honestly expecting you to hang on longer. I'm surprised. Oh, Joshua, you twist my arm! But the pain only leaves me weak with pleasure. How I crave whisking you up as my prince and taking you back with me. Over my dead body, creep. I don't think I'll ever be able to believe this guy is actually royalty, ellipsis. Olivier. Ellipsis. Truth be told, I honestly never thought I'd be blessed with an opportunity like this. The thought of it coming to an end is making me uncharacteristically emotional. Aw, Ellipsis. Certainly a new side to you. Before I go, however, Ellipsis, I do want you to give some serious thought to what I said, Shara. While I do realize it was brazen of me to ask, Ellipsis, you wouldn't deny me the joy of believing you may one day say yes, would you? I swear, Ellipsis, you are unbelievable. Alright, I will. You'll have an answer. Someday. In the meantime, you better work hard at what you need to do. Ha! But of course. I'll be able to keep up with you drinking, even if it kills me, which it probably will. Ellipsis, what's this all about? I think we're missing something pretty big, Ellipsis. Yeah, something interesting happened right under our noses, didn't it? For my part, I would like to thank you for all you have done for me in this one here. I feel as though this experience has allowed me to improve my swordsmanship all the more. I am truly grateful.
Ha! I'll have to make sure I don't let you get too far ahead of me, or I'm gonna have a hell of a time catching up again.
Same goes for you as well, of course. I do hope we will have the opportunity to meet again one day. As do I. One last warning, I fear the Empire has some truly stormy times ahead of it. I would advise against all non-essential travel there. That's concerning, Ellipsis. Please be careful then, Major. As long as this idiot pulls his weight, we should be able to avoid the worst-case scenario. I mean, it's not going to be good, but maybe not worst-case. If you'd all pray Idios doesn't give up on him, I'd appreciate it. Ellipsis. Tee-hee, Ellipsis. Sure thing! Praying is kind of what we church folk do. And shoot people with crossbows. Murder a lot of people. Prayer and murder, it's kind of the church thing. And force-feeding orphans, children chocolate with our tongues. Yeah. So praying, murder, and sexual abuse of minors. It's kind of the church thing. I can't think of a simpler and more enjoyable request, other than tacos. How tragic it is that you all trust me so little. But they do say people bully those they love the most. You're no exception to that, are you, love? Am I to take this as confirmation that you would like to be dragged out of here by the scruff of your neck? Oh, please do. I'd rather walk, please. Well then, everyone, until our next meeting. Ellipsis. He managed to keep pretending he was fine until the very end. You two are next then, Ellipsis? Yeah, Ellipsis. This is it. Most of the people here I could go and see if I set my mind to it, Ellipsis. But as for you two, Estelle and Joshua, take care on that journey of yours, okay? No problem. We'll be sure to keep writing to you as often as we can. There's no need to send too many of them. It won't be easy for my replies to reach you. Plus, there seems to be a lot of maintenance work going on with the Orbital Communications Network lately. If you really need me, just get in touch with me. Just get in touch with the Ground Cell branch. Okay, we will. You can always get in touch with us if you need us in the same way. It's gonna suck not being able to see you again for a while, though, Estelle. But it's gonna especially suck not to be able to see Ren or Tita. Ellipsis. And you, Reese. Me? Duh, I was really happy to get to know you, you know. So if you ever come to Liberal again for work or whatever, come see me, okay? I'll give you the scoop on all my favorite ice cream spots. I'd be happy to accept that invitation. Coming to Liberal is now my top priority after leaving here. Let's not forget about work now, Ellipsis. Hee Ellipsis. At least you'll be easy enough to see again, Tita. I should be able to pop over and mess with you anytime your scary boy toy's not hovering over you. Ellipsis. Don't you even think about it, kiddo. How serious I am. How serious I am is for me to know. Okay, just one more thing before I go, Ellipsis. Say, Ren, do you like Estelle and Joshua, or don't you? What, Ellipsis? That's what matters the most. I want you to keep that question in mind as a favor for your big sis Annalise. What do you mean, ellipsis? Annalise, ellipsis. Oh, and expect a bajillion hugs next time I see you. I'm not gonna let you get away. Alright, I think we've hung around long enough. See you later. Take care, Shara. Thank you both for sticking with us. Why are they running up the stairs? Because from a direction standpoint, it would be really annoying to have all the characters slowly walk up the steps. Of course, they could have just put the door right there, but anyway.
Okay, guess we might as well be the next ones to step up.
Yeah, ellipsis. This is it, huh? This is it. Time to say our farewell. This is farewell. Ba-da-da-da. Hee hee, I'll miss you both so much. You too, Ren. Ellipsis. You mean it, Tita, ellipsis? Can't say anything thought-provoking like Annalise, ellipsis, and I don't have the power to chase after you like Estelle and Joshua, ellipsis, but I'll always be waiting. I'll always be waiting for the day you three come back to Liberal together. And my mom won't kill you. Agate... It's okay to hope for that, right? Ellipsis. Please, you can do what you like. As long as it's not getting sloppy with finishing your orbital gear. You better finish that. Pattermatter welcomes all challengers. Okay, I will. Even if Agate has to die in the process. Hee hee, ellipsis. Ha 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 ha, ellipsis.
I swear, ellipsis, kids sure are violent these days. Like Shara said, you guys take care, yeah? Especially you, Estelle. You ain't a rookie now, so make sure you start looking before you leap.
I know, I know. You just try not to fight with Tita's mom every other second, okay?
Hey, I'm not the one picking fights. She's the one she's the one who's always trying to make my life hell. I'm already dreading going back and getting blamed for Tita ending up here, ellipsis.
Ellipsis.
Yeah, ellipsis. I'm sure she'll find some way to pin all this on you.
If any time has passed, anyway.
You're only laughing because you ain't gonna be on the receiving end of it, ellipsis. Oh, and one last thing. I've got something to say to you.
Me?
The first time I met you, I thought you were some sketchy weirdo, but you showed some real guts this time. Good on you.
Especially if Agate has to die in the process, says Lou, yeah.
Gawk!
Huh? I say something funny?
No, ellipsis, I just never thought the day would come when you'd praise me. Like, at all. What brought that on?
Ellipsis, no real reason. Just my way of saying let's keep on trucking, I guess.
Well, ellipsis, thanks then.
Hee hee, ellipsis. Why do conversations like these between two guys always end up so awkward? Ah, cram it. Anyway, ellipsis, you ready, Tita? Yep. Do 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 do. Thup thup. So all of them are gonna get through the door. Celeste is just gonna be sitting in the middle of the room playing solitaire or something. Gilbert walks in the door. Where is everybody? They all left.
They didn't wait for me? They didn't wait for Gilbert?
I think that marks our turn, Julia. As you wish. Bird. Chloe, ellipsis. I guess this is goodbye for now. I'm afraid so. This was an opportunity that I never expected to be blessed with. I owe Idios my deepest thanks for being able to see you two again. Us too. I'll keep writing to you, Chloe. Count on it. Alexander says, damn, don't know why, but this scene always makes me tear up a little. Well, yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it's the end of not only the game, but the trilogy. All the characters have been, you know, throughout 3 games have been very well developed in their relationships with each other. So, seeing them all go their express their love for each other and go their separate ways is, it's touching. Of course, it doesn't help that I'm being silly in my reading of the performances, but yeah, it is well done. A little long, but, after 300 hours of game or whatever, the ending of Return of the King was long. Yes, but I felt it was earned, as I feel this is earned. Every character gets their moment to say their farewells and leave. And I think everyone's earned that. I'll keep writing to you, Chloe. Count on it. I won't get my hopes up the next letter will be anytime soon. Oh, Ellipsis, Josette. Ellipsis, what's up? I really enjoyed spending time with you. I'd love to have the opportunity to hang out again one day. Ellipsis. Sure, we'll make it happen. We have a few hobbies in common, so I bet we could talk for hours and hours. Work will mean I have to go to Grancel a lot anyway, so I'm sure we'll get the chance. I'll be looking forward to it. Ellipsis. If you're feeling jealous you've got, nothing in common with her, maybe you should try taking up baking and handcrafts. Can't wait to see the efforts of someone with all the creativity and dexterity of a drunk palm. Good one, Josette. I wish I could disagree, but you totally got me. It's okay, Estelle, no one's good at everything. But most people are good at something. Ellipsis. Please don't feel obliged to say anything to me. I'm not your ancestor, but merely a sentient replica of her. Even so, Ellipsis, I still wish you could have had the opportunity to meet with my grandmother. I'm nowhere near as capable or intelligent as she is, Ellipsis, and after meeting only me, I can only imagine you must be so disappointed, Ellipsis. Man, I just had the image in my head of a plot point at some point in the series being Queen Alicia's assassinated and Claudia has to immediately take the throne. I'm like, ah, man. I hope that doesn't happen. I like Queen Alicia. I'm nowhere as capable or intelligent as she is, Ellipsis, and after meeting me, I can only imagine you must be so disappointed, Ellipsis. Hee Ellipsis. It's almost eerie how much you remind me of myself in that regard. I do? How? I imagine your grandmother must feel the same way. There's nothing to be ashamed of if you don't know which way you should go sometimes. Just follow your heart, and it will never betray you. Unless your heart tells you to walk out into traffic, then don't listen. One day, you'll be able to spread your wings wide and fly. I'm sure of it. Sieg is like, well, that's my thing. I certainly hope so. Thank you for your words of encouragement. Ellipsis. Well, I suppose we should be going. Oh, before we do. After we return, Kevin, I imagine things will be more than a little chaotic. So, should we require the church's help again, I expect you to be there for us.
Sure thing. I'll be getting in touch with the congregation for the sacraments after I get out of here to decide what to do next.
Pardon me. Well then, everyone, Ellipsis. Take care of yourselves. Scree! Well, Ellipsis, I'm up. Glad we had this time together, Josette. Being the bestest, most overpowered character, we literally would not have been able to do it without you. Ellipsis. Ellipsis. If you're gonna try and force yourself to say something all emotional and crap, save it. I don't want to hear it from you. Oh, that's real swell. If it looked like you and Joshua were finally breaking up, then I was going to use this chance to take him from you, but if only I was so lucky. Actually, Ellipsis, you want to come through the gate the same time as me, Joshua? Maybe we'll reappear in the same place if we do. I'm onto you, Missy. Hands off! Ellipsis, do you guys really have to fight this way right to the very end, Ellipsis? You stay out of this! Sorry.
Damn, man, Ellipsis.
This is such a pathetic spectacle. So who Ren gonna pair with, says Soulcaster, yeah. But you know something? It was fun being here with you, Estelle. In a way. Yeah, Ellipsis, I could say that too. In a way. Don't overdo it with that business of yours, you hear? Your line of work's like ours. You're out of luck if you work yourself sick. Heh, right back at you. But you can go causing trouble for yourself all you like, just don't go getting hurt and causing any for Joshua. I don't think I've ever met two people who hate each other this much who are so similar, Ellipsis. Anyway, I guess I should actually get going now. I'll be sure to write Joshua. Thanks. Can't wait to hear from you. Alexander says, imagine this door was only for humans and C would just tackle an invincible wall. Sounds like you two are going to have your work cut out for you, Ellipsis. Take care, alright? Thanks. May the goddess's light shine upon you and your ship. Can't ask for better from a sister. Thanks. Alright, later. Do. Oh, they can leave by themselves, says Soulcaster. Ellipsis? Everyone turns and looks at her. You okay, Ren? You've been kind of quiet for a while now. Why, Ellipsis? Why is everyone smiling, Ellipsis? Huh? What do you mean? I mean, Ellipsis, you're all saying goodbye. For all you know, you might never get to see each other again, Ellipsis. So why do you all look so happy? Oh, Ellipsis. Everyone keeps saying they're sad to see one another go, Ellipsis. Why don't you all just stay here, then? As long as the garden's here, everyone can stay and turn this place into whatever they want it to be. We can laugh and have fun tea parties forever and ever and ever. So why? I get it now. It hurts you to think you might never see them again, doesn't it? Ellipsis. Joshua, Ellipsis. It hurts that no matter how much you care about someone, Ellipsis, no matter how much you want to be with them, Ellipsis, you might never see them again, Ellipsis. Is that it? Wait, Ellipsis. No, of course not. It's not even possible. Even when I heard that Louis was dead, that didn't hurt one bit. I was sad, but it didn't hurt. That's because that's not the same. The reason it didn't hurt is because you were able to accept Louis' death. You knew that there was no chance you'd ever be able to see him again, and that was why you were able to grieve. But this is a case of knowing that you could meet the people you care about, but at the same time, maybe you can't. In some ways, that's even more painful than never being able to see someone ever again. Yep, there's nothing worse than not knowing. Not even a no. No, you're wrong! That's why you, Ellipsis. You're wrong! Wrong, wrong, wrong! Ellipsis. Tiberius says, God, a Ren breaks my heart. Yeah. Like, sure, she's a demonic murdering little weirdo, but still, yeah. Estelle says Ellipsis. Should I tell you, Ren? Tell you why everyone was able to smile as they said goodbye to us all? I don't want to know. I don't need to know. Well, too bad. I'm going to tell you anyway. It's because no matter how much you love someone or how much you hate someone, Ellipsis, eventually, you'll end up having to part from them. That goes for everyone. No exceptions. Everyone? Yep. Even me and Joshua. Even if we get married, have kids, and live out the rest of our days happily together, Ellipsis, eventually, one of us is going to die and leave the other one behind. We can't rule out the possibility that one or both of us might lose our lives in an accident. We could even fall out of love someday. Yeah, that's some level-headed shit from, like, was she 16, 17 something? Every day you spend with someone that could, every day you spend with someone could turn out to be the last. And that's a reality all of us have to face up to and fight every day. Every day, Ellipsis? Ellipsis. Ellipsis. Ellipsis! And that's why we have to smile. Ellipsis? When everyone smiles, we don't have to worry about the sad stuff. We can be positive together. We know we're not alone and that everyone else feels the same way we do. And best of all, it fills us with excitement at the thought of when and how we might see each other next. So we put on our bravest face and promise to meet again, whether it comes true or not, and we go back to our lives and keep on going. That's how it is for everyone, I think. It's really everyone, Ellipsis? Everyone. You too. So, Ellipsis, will you try and smile with us? Me, Ellipsis? Maybe I can't promise we can be together forever, but I can tell you that we really, really love you. That's why I want to watch over you, at least until you become a grown-up. If that's what you want too, then I'll do what I can to be by your side, no matter what. Brian says after Star Door 15, which was the Ren backstory door, you can't help but feel bad for her. Yeah. Even if you can't excuse people's behavior, there's always a reason for it. So, you can always empathize with why a lot of people are the way they are, even if you can't excuse or forgive what they've done as a result. So, but yeah, some well-considered characterizations in this game. I ellipsis, I ellipsis. Then, when you grow up, maybe you'll decide you want to do something with your life that means we have to part ways. And if that happens, that's okay. But if it does, then we'll part ways with a big smile. Alexander says, "Jeez, Estelle, way to deliver a gut punch to us sad folks." Yeah. How does that sound? Good? Sniffle, ellipsis. Ellipsis. What did I do with... Oh, here. I was looking for my drink. I'm looking at my empty coaster. I'm like, where the hell did I put it? I'm holding it. I, ellipsis. Ellipsis. You don't need to decide what you want to do now. The choice is yours to make. We've already made up our minds what we want to do. We want to be your family, Ren. My ellipsis? Like Joshua said, we can't force you. If you don't want to be with us, that's fine. Dad's given his okay. All that's left is yours. Ellipsis. Enough! Enough! I can't take any more of this sappy bullshit! Ren, ellipsis? If that's what you want, then I'm gonna run and run and run. I'm gonna run so fast you'll never be able to catch me. So, ellipsis. We're ready for that. You can keep running for as long as it takes to make up your mind one way or the other. But just so you know, I'm really bad at knowing when to call it quits. You might be really good at playing hide and seek, but no hiding place can stay undiscovered forever. I will find you, and I will get into those goddamn linen closets. I hate you, ellipsis. I hate you both! But, ellipsis, but I love you both just as much, ellipsis. Smooth, Ren. Smooth. Handled that very well. Ellipsis. We're traumatizing an already traumatized little girl. We finally got to tell her, ellipsis. Well, I mean, at least we're not trying to stuff chocolate down her throat with their tongue, so I think Joshua and Estelle's approach is better than Rufina's. We finally got to tell her how we feel, ellipsis. Yeah, we did, ellipsis. Okay, Gilbert's gonna be like an epilogue after the credits of him walking in and going, "Where is everybody?" Sniffle, ellipsis, sniffle, ellipsis. Joshua, ellipsis, Joshua, ellipsis. You did great, Estelle. Soulcaster agrees, very smooth. Still, the hardest part's yet to come. Is still yet to come. Yeah, ellipsis. You're right, ellipsis. Sniffle, ellipsis. Sorry for making you wait through that, guys. But now I think it's time we went, too.
Don't sweat it. You're gonna get back to chasing her the second you get out of here, right? Good luck. Don't give in, and I'm sure it'll work out.
The chocolate Lou says, yes, it was. May the goddess's blessing be with all three of you. And I'll be looking forward to the next time we meet. And I'll be praying that the three of you will all be together when that time comes. We will. I'll make it happen. Till next time. Ready or not, Ren, here we come! Tiberius says, spoiler, Trails from Zero's full name is Zero to Hero, and the Chronicle of Gilbert Stein. Needs his own spin-off. The Chronicles of Gilbert!
Ellipsis.
Those two really are something special, Ellipsis.
Yeah, Ellipsis, you're telling me. Just looking at those two ellipses, I can't help but feel that maybe Rafina's dream isn't so impossible after all.
Me too, Ellipsis. See, we made the right choice last week of not starting the boss rush. Yeah. Which means all the more that we'll need to get to work on making it a reality. Uh-oh. Yep, falling apart. I'm afraid this place likely doesn't have much time left. I think you should leave before it's too late.
But what about Gilbert?
Oh, right, Ellipsis.
Actually, Ellipsis. Gilbert?
Huh? Something wrong?
I just, Ellipsis, can't help but feel like we've forgotten something, Ellipsis. It's probably nothing. Hey! There he is! Oops, Ellipsis, oh my, Ellipsis.
Oh!
No, we were totally waiting for you! Ellipsis. Ellipsis.
You're awful! Was giving me that half-hearted explanation and then vanishing the best you could do?
I'm sorry, Ellipsis. I did have a lot to do at the time. Still, that explanation was enough to allow you to reach here, wasn't it?
Eventually, but I had a heck of a time getting here. I'm no good with directions. I had groups of angels chasing after me, Ellipsis. Chariots trying to run me over, Ellipsis.
See, Gilbert survived Phantasma all by himself.
Anyway, what's with all the shaking?
Oh, right, so apparently this castle's gonna vanish soon. That door up there will let you return to our world, so go ahead and run through it.
Why are you only telling me this now? I'm out of here.
By all means. Thank you for your help.
What?
Hey, you played an important part in us making it through all this. When we get out of here, we'll be enemies again, but there's no harm in acknowledging that. Just don't go causing too much trouble out there so we have to go after you, okay?
Ha! Ellipsis. Ha ha! Ellipsis. Hey, worry about yourselves first. Next time we meet, I'll be a changed man, higher ranking and much, much stronger. You mark my words. Gilbert, away!
Ellipsis. Hee Ellipsis. So, Celeste, what happens if you go through the door? Now, please, hurry. I doubt this castle has more than a few minutes before it disappears. It has more than a few more minutes before it disappears.
Got it! What will happen to you after that, by the way?
Most hated characters? I love Gilbert. I imagine I will return to my lengthy slumber in the garden, in the same state I was before the Lord of Phantasma first appeared. And I will remain that way until this land of Phantasma eventually finishes disappearing. After that, Ellipsis, I will finally be free from the duty which keeps me here.
Really? Ellipsis. Thanks for everything. I don't know if words can express how grateful we are.
May your dreams be pleasant indeed. The voice isn't helping, says Soulcaster. I think it's appropriate, though. Hey, thank you very much. After you step through the gate, I will disable the Recluse Cube's functionality. Its power will never return again, so deal with it however you see fit.
Understood.
Boy, we haven't used that damn thing in a while.
I know exactly who's gonna be getting it.
Oh my. You're thinking of giving it to the professor?
You honestly think she'll let all this slide if we don't? Especially after her daughter got caught up in it. She's gonna be unbearable.
Good point.
Well, then, Reese, time for us to go.
Indeed. Would you like to hold hands?
Ellipsis.
Tiberius says, I think a certain family member from Cold Steel wins that one over Gilbert by a lot. Oh, well, we'll get there. Maybe in a year and a half, 2 years, we'll start up in Cold Steel. The voice is helping with the hatred. Okay.
Whoa, ellipsis.
I was only joking, of course. But I do want us to step through together. Just like how together we'll make Rufina's dream come true.
Yeah. I'm counting on you, partner.
Always. Oh, that's it was for the music timing that they took away the hit button to advance text. Okay. Good choice. Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky the Third. I'm turning this up. Let's see if this song gets my stream demonetized. Yeah, I did get through the Nightmare Arena. Sorowo Miyagato. I did have to really plan for that though, and you know, with the right ordnance and stuff like that. But yeah, I got through it. Well, the fun thing about Gilbert is he's not in much of the game. He just pops up every once in a while. You know. Although I wouldn't be opposed to him being in my party. In my party. Thank you, Alexander. Grandmaster's Dorothy. See, it's part of the grand plan to turn everyone into cats. Gotta prep everyone to understand the language first. That's a nice song. Stunningly good soundtrack is just throughout the series, honestly. Oh, I'm hearing a vacuum cleaner from upstairs. I'm like, what is this high-pitched whine at the end? That's an odd choice. No, it's a vacuum cleaner. Or it's that circular saw again. Septian Church, Gralsritter operated Special Ops airship, Merkaba number 1. I think I have a rough idea of the situation now. We've been able to confirm the safety of the 6 you mentioned. Prince Olivier Rees-Sarnor, Muller Vander, ellipsis, Zin Vathek, Josette Kapua, ellipsis, Estelle and Joshua Bright, ellipsis. And Gilbert! All of them have safely returned to our world. Really?
Really? That's a relief, ellipsis. I was able to confirm the safety of the ones who ended up in Liberia myself. It was just those 6 I was concerned about. Well, and the 2 from Ouroboros, ellipsis. But I'm not sure either of us have any chance of checking up on those 2.
Unfortunately not. Still, this certainly wasn't what I was expecting to happen when I gave you that mission. The Oriole left us a nasty little present, didn't it?
That's one way of putting it, ellipsis. Either way, I'll give you my full report as soon as I'm back. I'm taking Reese out for tacos. Wrapping things up on my end seems like it'll take a little while longer, but hopefully not too long.
Looking forward to it. You know, you've changed since I last spoke to you. I'm quite surprised.
Huh?
The Kevin I know wouldn't care to know whether those he'd been involved with were safe or not. Or rather, he'd try and suppress those concerns. I can only imagine a lot must have happened in this phantasma.
Haha, ellipsis. That's putting it lightly.
Oh, pardon me.
I'll fill you in on all of it once I get back. Like I said, I've got something I want to tell you on a personal level, too.
Oh, color me curious. Regardless, I'm glad you 2 returned safely. Perhaps we should all go and get some drinks together after your return.
Haha, I'd be happy to. Oh yeah, ellipsis. I've actually got something I want to ask. Ellipsis, well, ellipsis. Are you seeing anybody right now? Is it possible for a Dominion to change their title after choosing one? I don't like Heretic Hunter. Makes me sound like a bad guy. And I don't want to go around killing people, assassinating people and such, feeling like a bad guy.
What's this now?
Ellipsis, I've found something other than hunting heretics I want to do, you see? I still intend to fulfill my duties as a Dominion to the fullest, don't worry about that, just Ellipsis.
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 Commander? Ellipsis? You're scaring us, ma'am.
Ellipsis, so that's a no, probably.
Whew! Ellipsis. A Dominion wanting to change their title, huh? In the 1,000 years the Gralsritter has existed, that's not something that has happened often. But it's not entirely unprecedented either.
Then, Ellipsis?
Go ahead and think up something fitting for yourself before we next meet. If you fail to, I'll give you a new one myself as punishment, and trust me, you won't like it.
If I'd known you were going to say that, I would have thought of something before asking. Well, I guess I better get to work on thinking up something cool. What do you think of Blue Shooting Star? Maybe Black Arrow?
Everyone hates it.
What's with the awkward silence?
Father Kevin, as your former instructor, allow me to give you one piece of heartfelt advice.
Sure.
Unless you want to live the rest of your life in abject shame, Ellipsis, then for the love of Idios, get Reese to help you choose. Don't even think of picking alone. There we go. Talking about the reestablishment of this theme. Thank you for staying with Trails in the Sky until the very end, I guess? Well, this story has told all it has to tell. There are still, I don't know, plenty more adventures to be discovered across the Zamorian continent. How do you fuck up the formatting on the very last thing? Oh, that's what we're going out. Okay. That's funny. Grandmaster. Okay. Tiberius, hugely looking forward to see you play Zero as well now. With the knowledge you got from this trilogy, I reckon you'll see a lot of the foreshadowing. I hope we learn more about Cornelia at some point. She's cool. Brian says, Kevin learned a valuable lesson from this experience. From now on, he would no longer assassinate heretics. He would baby bird them. Yeah. Soulcaster, evil laugh, abort. Tiberius, oh, that text showed fine for me, so it might be your aspect ratio. Maybe? I don't know. No epilogue. Well, I mean, that little sequence there was an epilogue. Easy peasy. With a flower growing out of his head. Oh, straight and narrow. Getting lots of achievements here. Okay, just 3. And title screen, or where are we going? Yep, okay. Sadly, we couldn't stay till the end because it fell off the edge. Alright. And so, there's Trails in the Sky the Third, which closes out the Liberal arc, I guess. So, next week, next Saturday is Christmas Eve, so there's not going to be a Molehill Mountain podcast. Next Sunday is Christmas Day, but there will be a Sunday stream, but it's not going to be a video game, it's going to be a From Andrew's Kitchen stream. I'm going to teach y'all how to make Christmas crack balls. So keep an eye on my Twitter. I will tell you what the recipe is, so if you have time Christmas Day, or depending what part of the world you live in, and you want to try making them along with me, you're certainly welcome. It's basically cream cheese, chocolate, and powdered sugar. That's most of the ingredients right there. Looking forward to when you start Zero in a month or so. I'm not sure. I'm really excited to start Zero, so we may start it in January. So the first Sunday in January is the 1st. That's New Year's Day. I might do something else that day because I imagine some of you might be busy. But I think we'll probably start it. If we don't start it New Year's Day, the 1st, we'll start it the Sunday after, I think, because I'm honestly really jonesing to get into it. So, but anyway, that's it for Trails in the Sky. I had a ton of fun with this. Really wonderful, delightful game. Loved it. Soulcaster says cream cheese and chocolate. Yeah. And powdered sugar. It is very, very rich. So it's not something you're going to have a bowl of and just... I mean, maybe you would, but yeah, it's good. It'll be fun. They're also really messy because you have to hand roll them into little balls, and you get chocolate all over your hands, which looks like you've wiped without tissue. So it's fun for the entire family if you have nothing better to do on Christmas Day. For those in North America, that'll be the Sunday afternoon, so it should slot in between Christmas morning and Christmas dinner, so maybe that'll work for some of you. If not, it'll be on my YouTube channel, so you can go back and watch it later if you like. But that's it for today. Thank you all for attending. Thanks everyone who... Brian, I think, recommended the game for me in the first place, and Brian and Jared have also been keeping me flush with the actual games. So all of the Trails 1 through 3 and the first Zero game are courtesy of them. So thank you all very much. And so that's it for today. Thanks everyone for hanging out with me, and I look forward to seeing you all next weekend. So take care, everyone. Bye-bye.